A lot of us are trying to work a spiritual program of peace, not causing issues or waves to ourselves or people around us. And if we feel that we're angry and we do something assertive to push back on our anger, maybe you're like me, you feel that you're not being spiritual or you're not working your program. I've been told, or I shouldn't say I've been told, but when I tell people I want to, push back, or, I'm sick of the way somebody's treating me and I need to do something about it, even if I'm setting a boundary, whatever it may be, I don't get a reaction that I like. They're not saying, go, don't do it, but it's almost like a feeling that I'm not allowed to do it. And I've always grappled with that way of living in my recovery, because I believe sometimes it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to say enough is enough. I don't feel it's being unspiritual. I don't feel it's not working a program of recovery. I don't feel it interrupts my recovery. When you've tried everything you can do to fix a situation, it's okay, I believe, to stand up for yourself, set a boundary, even if it means you need to hurt somebody else's feelings. Okay? And that's what I've always had a difficulty with. And if you've had difficulties with that, you're not alone. Just because we're in recovery, just because we're working on ourselves, it doesn't mean we can't stand up for ourselves. I hate being passive aggressive. I take so much BS from people sometimes. I feel that I can't push back. And I'm not saying get angry or be disrespectful. I'm not saying that. Just push back in a way that I know is not going to go over well. I know that I'm going to upset other people. And that's what's going on, right? And for people who know me and have followed my channel for many years, over the last 2 or 3 years, I have had problems with my neighbor up here. I have a cottage I bought for my wife. It's an off-the-grid cottage. It's our peaceful place. It's kind of our getaway place, our little sacred, a paradise. And my wife loves it, and I love it. It's a great place to visit. We come up often, and we stay a long time, and we love it. But every time we've come up here, or I shouldn't say every time, but a lot of times we've come up here, the neighbor has tried to claim part of our property. And we have tried to push back in a nice way. We've tried to push back in a not so nice way. Got a lawyer that didn't even fizz on them. We've tried everything we can to stop it. So I said to my wife, Brenda, about 2 weeks ago, Brenda, I think it's now is the time we need to stand up for ourselves in an appropriate way. And so what I did is I hired a lawyer, but I still have conflict with myself, with the program, with my spiritual life, with my peaceful life. Should I really do it? Should I really do it? And a part of me says I shouldn't do it. And a part of me says, if I don't do it, it's never going to end. And that's the part of me that says I need to stand up for myself. I need to be respectful of the other people. I need to be peaceful as much as I can and be assertive and not lose my shit over it if it comes to a point that I need to talk to him. But I've hired a lawyer, and the lawyer is going to take them to court. They know that the situation is over. We've been waiting for an agreement or a decision to come from the province of Quebec, and that decision has been made. But they won't give my property back still. So they leave me no choice. And that's why I'm making this video, because I've held off for years of doing this, thinking, I'm not going to fight. I'm going to make it, it'll just go away on its own. I'll pray. I'll work it out. I'll communicate with them. I'll get a lawyer to send a cease and desist letter to them and see what happens. But nothing works. It just continues to go on. It's like the never-ending story. So in this part of the video, I'm going to point out a few things, indicators that I believe that I need to, like guidelines for myself and maybe help you when it comes to people being too much, pushing against you, being angry against you. You don't want to respond to them because you want to be the nice guy, for lesser words, okay? So the first one is, try not to make a decision to talk to somebody about an issue you have with them when you're angry. When you feel that anger inside you, try not to react to the situation when you're angry. That's a big one, right? Try not to react to the situation or resolve the situation when you're happy and things are going well. Because you tend, if you're like me, you may tend to give in and make decisions in that moment that, you know, you're just in a happy mood, so you'll agree to anything, right? I don't know about you, but I make decisions sometimes when I'm emotional, and I go to bed at night or wake up the next day and I say to myself, what the hell did I make that decision? Why did I say that to those people? You know, after all, they've been bugging me for over a year. Why did I say that? Or don't say it if you're sad or you feel hurt, okay? Don't say it then. When you come to an emotional difficulties or you're feeling hurt because of the situation, don't react. Don't get on the phone and call the lawyer. Just make your decisions, how to respond to an individual or people, place, and things. Make that decision, how you're going to do it. You can talk to people in recovery, talk to your mentor, talk to your sponsor, whoever, pray on it, meditate, whatever you want to do. But don't make that decision on what to do when you're disrupted or you're disturbed emotionally. You feel fear, you feel anger, you feel hurt, you're happy, whatever it is. Don't make that decision, okay? Don't. That's the first part, and I think it's a strong part because I've done that many times. I've given in and I felt like I gave up a piece of me because I made a decision that was based on strictly how I felt. It wasn't thought out sensibly, okay? Another one is I just wrote them down. Another one is when your peace is being constantly disturbed or disrespected. And up here it has. And that can be with family members, that can be with people at work, wherever it is, wife, children. When your peace is always being disturbed, it's all right to stand up for yourself. It's all right. And guarantee that it's all right. For me, I was very passive aggressive. I would let things slide all the time. And you know what would happen is I would blow up. But the key to talking to people is calmly, respectfully, non-abusive, and try not to put the other person down or hurt them. Don't intentionally hurt somebody. Just talk to them about what is going on. And it's appropriate to do that. When somebody's taking advantage of your kindness or your generosity, they're taking advantage of that. I think it's a good thing to stand up for yourself. I really do. The way I stand up for myself in that manner, and when something like that happens to me, is I just simply stop doing it. I don't need to engage in the individual. I don't have to engage with that person. Another one is, and I think a lot of alcoholics or persons in recovery have a problem with, and I'm going to do a video on this because it's been a struggle with me too, and that is boundaries. When people go over your boundaries or walk over your boundaries. And I don't want to get into what is a boundary, what is a personal boundary. I don't want to get into that video because that could be a whole video on its own. But we need to tell people when they're walking over our boundaries. And again, the key words here is respectful, non-abusive, and calmly. If you can do that. If you can't do that, just wait till you can do that. And don't talk to them when you're revved up on emotion, because it distorts our thinking. And let me tell you something. If you go at it when you're angry and you're raising your voice, the message gets distorted and you walk away feeling empty. The other person won't get what's going on. Nothing will be resolved. Peacefully And assertively and calmly and respectful is the key there, okay, is the key. So remember that. Just remember that. You know, people are being disrespectful. You can stand up for yourself. There's a lot of areas where you can stand up for yourself. And in this video is just a few of them. But this idea in recovery that we have to let everything slide, this idea that we're not allowed to express anger appropriately, it has to be bashed, because how do you do it? All emotions are God-given. And if anger is one of them, or pissing someone off is one of them, why can't I use it? And the reason a lot of alcoholics or people of addiction have a problem with this is because they have a problem with it. They don't have a problem identifying anger. They have a problem expressing it. So a lot of us, like me, for a very long time, thought it's better not to say anything and suck it up and walk away. And yeah, it is better. It is. But sometimes we just have to stand up and say enough is enough. And it's okay. And the reason it's okay, because it's about your self-respect. It's about your dignity. It's about your self-esteem. That's what it's about, okay? If you have situations in your life right now that you need to stand up for yourself, it's okay. It's okay to say enough is enough. It's okay to do that. It's about self-respect. It's about not selling yourself out. That's not what it's about. It's about your self-worth, your self-esteem, how you see yourself. We don't have to put up with the garbage around us just because we're in recovery. We don't. We can walk away. If you value that relationship, you can talk to those individuals. If you don't value that relationship, you can just walk away and leave it alone. You really can. Every situation that we stand up for ourselves or we feel that we need to push back is different to the next. It's up to the individuals. It really is. But being assertive, being respectful, saying it at a nice tone is the key. When we get angry at somebody, it's not cool to lose your shit on other people. Lose your cool. It's not cool to do that. It's not. Not in our world. Maybe somebody else's world, but not in our world. We need to be understanding still about the other person. We can't walk all over the other person, but we can't allow them to walk all over us. Okay? So I hope you like this video. I really do. If you did, leave a comment below. If you didn't, leave a comment below. But my next video, I'm going to talk a little about boundaries, because I think boundaries are really important to talk about. I really do, because I think a lot of alcoholics, a lot of people in recovery don't know what a boundary is. I think you don't know, but you do know. You do know, because a boundary comes to you automatically. And I'll explain what I mean in my next video, okay? My name is Terry G. This is an alcohol-free life channel where we're learning to live sober one day at a time. You can take a second, please subscribe. Take another second and hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Remember, there's no I in recovery. Recovery is a team sport. It really is a team sport, okay? Ciao for now. God bless, and I'll see you next week.